And then we get another bunch of crap. The regress is probably going to be the most bothersome. World at War is terrible. The rest of the pack is pretty iffy, but the regress is the best card, and that's the best. That's what we're going to take. Wow. Wow. Nest Invader and Growth Spasm at the same time. It's pretty good. They're both, in my opinion, at this point, they're probably about as good as each other. This guy at least gives me a 2/2 that I can try and bash with, whether or not that's with a Mammoth or whatever. Growth Spasm. Growth Spasm is a more permanent mana acceleration option. I mean, at the moment we've got Battlements, Wall of Omen, so our 2-drop slot is pretty busy. So I think I'll take the Spasm. This guy's crap. Sporecap Spider is like the only playable card in the pack for me. Mnemonic Wall is pretty good, obviously. Boulderfoot has its moments, but I can't say no to another Spider. Well, every card in here is terrible for me. I mean, I've seen people play that. I've played that in a winning deck. But Soul's Attendant, especially if I can get up there with Gelatinous Genesis, pretty insane. And now I get a Totem Guide to Heart of Beast for my Mammoth Umbra, which is pretty good. I'm not going to take another Skinner Invasion, that's just greedy. Plus I can always, now that I know I've got that, I can always pick certain cards higher. Having Leaf Arrow in your sideboard is pretty good, especially if you're in green. It's very handy. Take the rare, maybe play it, doubt it, but it's probably worth sideboarding anyway. More Flyer Hate, not going to play it at all, ever. So start hiding off all these sideboard cards that I know I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play Tyrant for Heroes unless I get like Beast Breakers and things like that in pack 3. Hide the land. So far I'm not too impressed with my deck at the moment. There's nothing that's really screaming out, you know, it's going to win this 8-4 or whatever. So, well, this is a rather disappointing pack of 3. There's almost nothing there for me. Might of the Masses is probably about the only playable card at this point. Not going to play him, even if I wanted to. If I wanted him, I could get him on the table regardless of what I do. But that's just these print runs, I guess. I think Might of the Masses is the best card here for me. So that's what I'm going to take. Not passing anything big, and there we go. Awakening Zone. Thank you. Nothing else in the pack that's going to be too scary. Ooh. Borumbra's the best card. Best card here. No questions asked about that, in my opinion. Growth Spasm. We've got plenty of ramp at this point. I'm sure we can always pick up maybe some later on. It might even table. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm going to take Borumbra. I haven't had a chance to play this very often, but from what I've seen, it's pretty bad. Well, I said I'd take Beastbreaker if I got him. The rest of the pack for that was pretty iffy in my opinion. The Sphinx Bone Wand, this is obviously not the deck for it. The blue-red, Rebound, Kill 'em Fiend deck is fantastic for it. Well, that's a 5th pick present for me. Sort of vindicates my position. I haven't seen enough levels to be worried about Teacher at this point. I'm not going to hate draft it. I'm quite happy with Puncturing Light, but I think with the Eldrazi Temple and the ramp that we've got, I think having another Crusher will be, well, crushing. So now it's just a matter of waiting out the rest of the pack. And I forgot to turn on Twitter, tweet deck before I started this. Yeah, I'll have a Naturalize in my sideboard quite gladly. The rest of the pack was pretty iffy, in my opinion. There's nothing really worth stressing about having. Delaying getting my pack. Here we go. Oh wow, Ondu Giant this late. Pretty sweet. I have to keep note of that guy because he's pretty good. Hyena Umbra is also good, but I think Ondu Giant, especially if I'm trying to ramp up into Gelatis, Genesis, Crushes, he's definitely the pick. This deck's, I mean, as much as I don't like green-white, this deck's turned out pretty good. Awakening Zone, I think Pen and Blade will actually make the deck now that I've got Awakening Zone plus a bunch of token guys. Definitely could have ended up in like red-green, but I think what I've got here is pretty good as well. Time will tell. Time will definitely tell how everything else turns out. I'm going to take the Spider Umbra here, just because it pumps Oran Arlid. I already got a lot of 3-drops. I'm not gonna play. That's too expensive. Although on an Oran Arlid, pretty insane. So I think just off the sheer insanity, I think I'll take Death. The Bailiff's a safer pick in my opinion. I mean, I've got Pen and Blade for the for the Oran Arlid, so that'll end up probably pumping it more than what a Cleaver would on average. I told you if I wanted it, I could probably get it on the table. So I'll take the rare draft. Not too worried about Distortion Strike at this point. I didn't see enough Kiln Fiends to sort of start really thinking, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. I'm not going to play all 3 spiders, but at least I know that if there's double blue, there's going to be a bunch of Deprives floating around the table, which is a fair enough guess to make anyway. They're all terrible. They're all so very terrible. Take a green card, I'll send a signal. Ha ha ha. Alright, so we know we're going to play all these. Probably play one spar at this point, but at least I'll remember that I've got the others. And that's my phone telling me I've got an email. I really have to remember to start turning all this stuff off if I'm going to start recording. Naturalized Silence on the sideboard. Play Might of the Masses. What have I got here? 23. I want to try and get Soul's Attendant in, but at this point, I mean, I've got 2 levelers with a bad one on the sideboard. I think with the amount of ramp I have, I think 17 land is fine. One of them is going to be the Temple, obviously, so I think if I stick with this, I should be alright. There's nothing that screams play me in here. I mean, I've definitely got some sideboard options. Leaf Arrow, Naturalized, 2 more spiders. That if I'm desperate. That plus Gideon's pretty sick. Anyway, let's add my land. It's a pretty simple build. I mean, my curve's all wonky, but that's probably just how I draft. Very heavy on the 3s. I've got plenty of rampant options. Anyway, it's suggesting 12-5, which is absolute bullcrap. So I think 10-7 is probably fine. I don't have a massive green commitment in this deck. I'll cut a Plains for the Eldrazi Temple. And I definitely think we're ready to submit.